Exercise is one of those things you can ignore for a long time, but eventually you're going to want to see what it can do for you. If you're still trying to survive your first 2 weeks, or if you get bored after 2 weeks and restart, then exercise would probably negatively affect your game. For the people who want to see snowfall, exercise can be a big boost or a huge pain, so it's important you do it right. The purpose of exercise is to increase your character's strength and fitness skills, also known as your passive skills. These skills each do a bunch of things, so I'll just cover the most important points. Strength determines how much stuff you can comfortably carry, though all characters share the same maximum carrying capacity of 50, and even this maximum has so many exceptions as to be more of a suggestion. Strength also plays a large role in determining damage with melee weapons, and of course, the more damage you do, the less you have to hit a zombie, so the less your weapon gets damaged and the less endurance you use. Speaking about endurance, fitness controls how quickly your endurance drops and how quickly your endurance recovers, so it's doing double duty there. You'll gain strength and fitness experience just incidentally over the course of regular gameplay. At the absolute lowest levels of the skill, this will be enough to see a fairly rapid improvement. To hit level 1 of a passive skill, you need to gain just 1,500 experience points, and hit level 2, you need another 3,000 experience points. At the highest levels of the skill, this low-level background XP gain will never, ever be enough to let you level up, as going from level 9 to 10 requires 150,000 experience points, which, for reference, would have been enough to take you all the way from level 0 to level 7. If you want to increase the rate at which strength and fitness improve, and especially if you want to attain the highest levels, then you're going to need to learn to exercise. Exercise lets you exchange in-game hours for strength or fitness XP. That's the crux of the matter, but the specifics can be a killer. To exercise, open your health panel and click on the button marked Exercise. A new window will pop up. From this window, you can select one of the 7 available forms of exercise and declare how many minutes, in multiples of 10, you would like to exercise for. 3 of the forms of exercise require you to have some sort of equipment, so they will initially be unavailable. You cannot begin exercising if you are carrying too much weight, if you are exhausted, or if you are in too much pain. Exercise drains your endurance quickly, and once you reach excessive exertion, you will abort your current exercise session and be unable to start another until you've recovered enough to reduce the Moodle to a lower tier. In single player, you're going to be speeding up time when you exercise and while you rest, so make sure the location is safe before you get started. Not only is getting surprised by a zombie undesirable, you could also be on the edge of exhaustion when the attack comes. Characters with high fitness will gain XP faster when exercising. However, they also use up more endurance, not less as you might expect. This means that no matter your level of fitness and strength, you're going to convert the same amount of endurance into XP gains. The high fitness character is just going to do so significantly faster. They will need to rest more often, but they're also much better at resting. Keep in mind, if your character becomes ridiculously tired, you lose the ability to regain endurance. So, ridiculously tired plus exhausted means it's time to sleep, assuming you can. So long as you're not ridiculously tired, you'll regain endurance by standing, provided you're unencumbered. While sitting, you'll regain endurance faster and do so even if you are encumbered. When near a chair or a bed, you can right-click and select Rest, and this will increase your endurance regeneration. For maximum effect, you can sit on the floor and right-click a chair to rest. Sleeping will also recover endurance. Exercising will put a strain on the parts of your body you are working out. Fatigued arms will gut your attack speed and melee damage, while fatigued legs may make you slower than the zombies. And forget about jumping over stuff. This is why you don't want to be throwing in exercise sessions when there is the slightest chance you're going to need to fight or flee the next day. The more you perform a particular exercise, the more its regularity bar will rise. The higher this bar, the less punishing you will find the exercise. But when you start exercising for multiple hour-long sessions a day, you're going to be hitting peak pain anyway. Getting your pain Moodle up to the pain tier will prevent you from sleeping, at least until you become ridiculously tired. Enough exercise can take you all the way up to an agony Moodle, which will prevent you from initiating any new exercise along with its usual penalties. The pain Moodle can be suppressed with either painkillers or alcohol. Either allow you to exercise more or to sleep through pain. Before starting a lengthy exercise montage, it's recommended to stockpile drugs and alcohol along with your usual necessities. While exercising, your character will generate extra body heat. This will likely make them sweat, especially if they're wearing lots of clothes. Rising up through the levels of the hypothermia noodles will make your character's thirst increase, and more importantly, it will increase their tiredness, which will impact long sessions of exercise. If you end up sweating a lot, you might even get your wet noodle high enough to risk catching a cold. Cold won't kill you, but it sure is annoying. In Project Zomboid, if you spend too long inside, you'll get bored, and if you spend too long being bored, you'll get depressed. Boredom alone does nothing, and depression shouldn't interfere with exercise, resting, and sleeping. In any case, this is easily combated by just exercising outside, weather permitting. Balconies are a good choice. So what exercise should you do? Well, that depends on whether you're trying to level up fitness or strength. If you have extremely low strength, those first few advances are hugely important, but keep in mind that increasing fitness will help you increase strength, while the reverse is not true. You can look at the PZ Wiki to see how much XP each type of exercise provides. For strength gains, it seems like the dumbbell press is your best option for the most XP in the shortest time. However, you will need a dumbbell. I'm past the 1,400 hours mark in PZ, and I've only ever found 2 dumbbells. Unless you visit some of the gyms deep in Louisville, they're easily rarer than sledgehammers and katanas. Without a dumbbell or a barbell, your best bet for strength is the humble push-up. All of your strength gains are actually affected by how much protein your character has recently consumed. Not just how much food, but specifically protein. So if you've got the luxury of choice, a diet of rabbits or fish can help your gains. To gain fitness, do squats. Just don't plan on outrunning anything the next day. What traits help with exercise? Wakeful will help recover from being tired faster, letting you get back into the grind, while Sleepyhead and Restless Sleeper will slow down your overall rotation. I've seen some claims that very underweight prevent you from gaining fitness, but this doesn't seem to be the case. I've read that obese will prevent your fitness from reaching level 6, but you should probably deal with such a punishing trait long before embarking on a lengthy course of exercise. Asthmatic, curiously enough, doesn't increase the endurance loss while exercising, just while running and sprinting. Fast learner or slow learner don't affect passive skills. So my recommendations: start with Fitness 9. Unless you're going for some challenge build, fitness is a pain to level, and it's harder to level when you're bad at it, which just sucks. Starting with Strength 0 is pretty punishing, but I actually recommend trying that at least once. Strength 0 gives you just 6 carrying capacity, with your basic clothes, water bottle, and a weapon taking up about half of that. With each level of strength you gain, you increase your carrying capacity by 2. You can gain these early levels quite fast, and each jump feels hard-earned and very impactful to your game. If, as mentioned at the start of the video, you're planning on a good time but not a long time, then maybe do yourself a favor and just play a character with 9 strength and 9 fitness, and never worry about exercise. But for everyone else, once you make it to that first winter, probably want to put a couple of weeks aside and hit the gym. I hope you found this guide useful or entertaining. If you did, maybe leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more guides.